Yo, distance from myself. For the genie with the snails in a 5-star hotel. And I wish these well when they wish for me to fail. I might donate petty bills. They can't get it by themselves.
That's why I treat my men good, but not too good. I give them too much, then they don't need me. I give them just enough.
I just ran to check up on myself. Some days I just have to check up on myself. I'm so icy, got that GG on my belt. Thank the Lord for my people in my hell. Lost a lot, but I came out with no L's. Thank the Lord for my people in my hell. Then a fine as hell from my head down to my nails. My man tripping cause I got another cell. He still buy me YSL. I could get it by myself. These I could get it by myself. I could get it by myself. It by myself, yeah. I'ma get it either way. I don't even gotta say what I want when I want. They just put it on my plate. I could get it right away. Take you through my day-to-day. Wake and pray, make that play. Get some good at my place. There's some on the way, cause my bro's on the way. I got stones on my gold, I got loads in my safe. Had a 7-figure summer, so I'm putting on some weight. Set up getting thick, so I put it on display.
With this round here, I make a joke, everybody laughs. I know I'm funny, but I'm not that funny.
Yeah, I just ran to check up on myself. Some days I just have to check up on myself. I'm so icy, got that GG on my belt. Thank the Lord for my people in my hell. Lost a lot, but I came out with no L's. Thank the Lord for my people in my hell. Then I'm fine as hell from my head down to my nails. My man tripping cause I got another cell. He still buy me YSL. I could get it by myself. These I could get it by myself. I could get it by myself. These I could get it by myself. I'ma get it by myself, yeah.
Coach, thanks. CA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. The folks here in Cleveland, even though all the down years, have never stopped supporting their hometown guys, and we got evidence of that a moment ago as the Browns made their entrance. They are ready to do battle with Marcus Mariota and the Tennessee Titans. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Set, 180. Check, Mike 54. Mike 54. There we go.
Now the third leading rusher among rookies last year, it's Nick Chubb. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Solid way to start the drive, 13 yards, picking up the first.
The Browns opted not to pick a running back with their first two selections at number 1 and 4 in the first round. But they circled back in the second round and got a really good one to Nick Chubb out of Georgia. Broke off a nice run there, and that's where he's good. Good vision, able to see where the hole is, and make nice gains each time he touches the ball.
And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Throwing, Mayfield sliding out of the pocket. And that'll be incomplete. Demetrius Harris, the intended target. And it's second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
That's the way.
Mayfield off the play fake. That is caught by the former Gator Antonio Callaway. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. A pickup of 5 that time and a first down.
First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Break that. 180. 54 Mike. Got you, boy. King.
Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there. Second down. You don't see that a ton, do you? With a cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
12 yards there and a first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
And bringing it in right side here, Beckham. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Regular. Mike 54. Hey, alert.
Mayfield. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Browns take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. A long opening drive, but a very successful opening drive. We call that methodical, I guess, when it takes that many plays.
Methodical and almost like a boxing match where you're hitting them with body blows. They can withstand them here. Look, they gave up the touchdown, but you don't feel like a knockout is there. When they keep doing that in the fourth quarter, that's when the knockout occurs.
And it becomes tough for that defense if they're on the field that long. We'll see if they can continue that in future drives. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Mariota and the Titans break the huddle, 1st and 10 at their own 23. This is Dion Lewis now in his 9th NFL season. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll stay with Lewis here on first down. They'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
One. 61.
On second down now, it's Lewis. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. Tackle made by Demarius Randall.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Check 53. I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
Third and short yardage. Mariota into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Demarius Randall, and the return stops at the 39-yard line. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. They'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in this 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. It means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch the run.
Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
He may try and run for this.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
Point it right, point it right, point it right. 65. Tight Greystone, travel. Point it right, point it right, point it right. Run, run, run. 54. Mike's 54. Hey, come on. I got you.
A first down carry here for Johnson. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Mike, 54. You can't block me. You can't block me. You can't block me.
They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. They'll roll him out right. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. A run for Nick Chubb. He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
On 2nd and 7, Mayfield to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
When you got your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
It's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play.
Real. Hey, let's go. Let's go.
On 3rd down, Mayfield being chased out left. This will be caught at about the 6. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Browns add 6 to their lead. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. This is fielded at the goal line. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. A reminder coming up later tonight, the Patriots unfurl their 6 banners. They play host to their rival Steelers. And then on Monday night, it's the one weekend of the year where you get 2 games to wrap up the week. Texans and Saints from New Orleans in the early game, then Broncos and Raiders. Vic Fangio's coaching debut and the Raiders' final season opener in Oakland. That's the late game, 10:30 Eastern. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. To throw, Mariota. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Pass complete, but no gain.
No yards.
Yeah.
So you file that as unsuccessful.
Yeah, you do, don't you? Except on the stats, throwing the ball.
Get a completion.
You get a catch.
Yeah.
But still,
no yardage.
Okay.
A big play on the ground there. It goes for 36 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Mariota sets up the screen to Lewis. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the former first-round pick, Demarius Randall. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Following the interception, Mayfield. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. He got 29 yards that time. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. A toss play to Chubb, and he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 7, and it'll set him back for 2nd down.
180. 54 Mike. I got him.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Mayfield, throw left side, caught by the tight end Njoku. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. 2nd quarter action with 1:59 remaining. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still 2nd quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. On 1st and 10, here's Mariota. And Walker with it over the middle. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Lewis here on 1st down. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time, and a 1st down. Now they'll run with Lewis.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the 1st half. On 2nd and 9, Mariota. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Credit the sack to the always disruptive Olivier Vernon.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. Mariota will need a big play after the sack as the Titans come up 3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's Mariota. Got his target, Pierre Garçon. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Final play of the half here. Mariota buying time, and he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we are at halftime here in the opener of the 2019 regular season, as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. That's fielded in the end zone. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Mariota and the Titans break the huddle, 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They'll start things on 1st down with Dion Lewis. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. A 2nd down run with Lewis. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
A 1st down throw for Mariota. Over the middle to Garçon. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Mariota going to give to Lewis. He's got a 1st down and much more inside the 20.
Man, these guys may not win this ball game, but you certainly can't fault the effort of this man here today. He's been a real thorn in their sides all afternoon. And that last carry puts him over the 100-yard mark.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. Now 3rd down is looming, a pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there.
Well, sometimes I get caught in hyperbole, but I think they desperately need to punch this one in. They're running out of time.
Yeah, 2-score game, second half, you're down here. This is the time to put it in the end zone.
Man, not going to get much better than this for an opportunity.
3rd and goal, Mariota. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. So now 4th and goal. You're trailing by a decent amount here. What are you doing, Coach Davis?
Well, I've got to think to myself, just how many more opportunities am I going to have this close and have this chance? I've got to go for it right here. The clock's dwindling on me. Let's go get it done.
The kick by Bryant is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 26. They go play action. Mayfield. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make a play on the football.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
180. Hey, 133. 54. Watch the slant.
Mayfield now looking to throw on 1st down. And an alley to run. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. The big man, Jarrell Casey, in on the stop. The Browns on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Now Mayfield. He finds Beckham complete. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. But forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play. So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. Here's Mayfield to Gabriel, middle of the field. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
They'll run with Chubb. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. Give him 4 on the carry there. It's 2nd and goal.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. 2nd and goal from the 1. To throw, Mayfield. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. A 1-yard touchdown pass. And the Browns add on to their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Mariota and the Titans break the huddle, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They start the drive on the ground with Lewis. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. The throw over the middle taken in. And he's out of bounds, but not before a big pickup that time on what's going to wind up being the final play of the 3rd quarter.
Right over there, right over there. Yeah, yeah. Mike, 58, right? Hey, let's get this,
Mariota now from the 50. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Myles Garrett. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Mariota to throw it. Caught by Gates, left side. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Third and long here for Mariota. And that will be incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Carrying it deep for Garcon. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. Wow, first and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. To the air again, Mariota. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. From 4 yards out. And the Titans are able to close the gap just a bit. The touchdown all set up by the big play one snap before, but they finish it off here with a shorter completion, this time for the score.
I like how they stuck with what got them there, right? The big pass play, got the momentum going, right? That's you create it with a play like that, and you come right back with another pass play to finalize things off.
And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 18. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Rashaan Evans out of Alabama had the tackle defensively.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the fourth quarter, we see both teams hold up the four fingers, fourth quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the four fingers for a 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Now, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it, and let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. They'll run on first down. Johnson. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. CD, fourth quarter, you're still above 3 minutes remaining, but right now running the football is a pretty good idea to work that clock, right?
It certainly is, because your team is strong right now, and you can feel the defense fading a little bit. Their goal, continue to run it this effectively, call victory formation as the clock winds down, and end the ball game and move on to the next opponent.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Watch the car. Run. Hey, check 24. Check 24.
They run it again with Chubb. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down, fourth quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys are just saying, let's just keep running it at them. We've got them now.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. They go with Chubb on second down. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Give them 14 on that one and a first down. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. So they come up on second down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. A give. This is Chubb. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Now the Titans will use their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Browns on third down. They've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. From the gun, Mayfield completing it to the right side, Johnson. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. An effective 7-yard third down conversion. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They go down to a knee, and the new campaign off to a good start. It's a win here in week 1.
I do get a kick out of seeing a team kneel down at the end of the game in victory formation and wrap one up, because most of the time a kneel down is not a good thing in football. In this case, it's the best thing for the team that's winning.
Best thing week 1 and 1-0 after going down to that knee. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah, but preseason, you know, it's preseason. This is week 1.
Oh, you're trying to say real football.
The real football.
Not preseason football where we shake down the rosters and figure out who's going to play and maybe the starter